Oh man, I had some major connection issues. They're really slowing me down tonight, but yeah, we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna work on him in Blender. So the first thing I need to do is just change the. Let's get the focus right. So let me switch to animation. I usually work in animation window. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just I like to have the dual screens so I can kind of see what I'm doing and also see what I'm doing. So this is my focus ring. What's up, Deku? Oh, that was quick. What's up? What's up, Han? Yeah, it's I tried to start this stream maybe like 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, but I had so many issues. I'm using this like dock with my computer to like set up everything, set up the wires, and it just was not. It was not working. It was not working out. I was very upset. Oh my god. People are just up from the dead. My wife going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, sneezing. How is it you made your animated channel sign? Which one's the animated channel sign? I have like a bunch of them. If it's yeah, just let me know which one you mean, and I'll let you know how I made it. Okay, so now the focus should be on the eyes here. That's what we want to focus on, baby. All right, I like that. That looks good. So now let's figure out, I want these to glow. These little swirlies. Yeah, it's been a long time since I did a live. I want to do more. It's just now that at least I've gotten this set up, I think I can probably do it because it's actually a lot easier just doing lives. I don't have to do any editing. Okay, so I think I want these to glow yellowishy orangey. So let's go to the menu here. And let's change these to emission. And then we'll make them a sort of yellowishy color. I'm going to put this to 2 maybe. Can't really see much because the scene is kind of... I'm talking about the one with your bouncy logo in Nomad. The bouncy logo. I'm talking about the one with your bouncy logo in Nomad. My bouncy logo. Let's see. Do I have that? No, not that. All right, let me see. My bouncy logo. Let's see what we have here. Let's see if we can find a bouncy logo. It's got to be one of these.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's not really bouncy. Maybe these are bouncy. I'm not sure. Kind of bouncy. Kind of bouncy. Oh, maybe this is kind of bouncy? But I was thinking it was one in the beginning of the video. That's bouncy. That's bouncy. He's also bouncy. Kind of bouncy. Kind of bouncy. Oops. Okay, those are kind of bouncy. Did I get it? Oh, the Instagram one. The Instagram. Oh yeah, the Instagram. That one I did in Blender. I made the Instagram thing. I made the Instagram logo in Blender. Or no, not in Blender. I made it in Nomad, and I actually have. If you check, I think on my YouTube. Oh, where did that freaking window go? Come back, window. Yeah, so. So this is the video where I made the Instagram logo. So essentially, I made the logo in Nomad Sculpt, obviously. And then, let me go back to my face. So I made the logo in Nomad, and then I brought it into Blender. And with Blender, I just did like a flat backdrop. So sort of like a backdrop like this with some lights on it. I added the logo, so it was like right here. I set some keyframes so that the lights moved around and then the thing spun. And I also, the text I just got from that website, it's like text to STL dot some French site. I have a video about that too. So that's just like text that I added in, like 3D text that I added in. And then I just spun it, and then I just added the sound and stuff like that. But yeah, even that little one, like it's a lot of work doing those kind of things. Let me save this. Save as Tubbz. That's right, Tubbz Blender. All right, so let me save this really quick. I might still have that file. I'm not sure. Open recent. Open. Oh, this is the yeah, so here it is. It's just all the lights are moving around. Here's the preview of the scene. So here's the camera. These are all lights, and this is obviously the camera's pointing on this. So the lights are moving around. That spins, that pops up, and then the lights just kind of like change. But I'll do it a little bit closer so that maybe that's easier to see. So it just starts out here, and then it starts moving up, and then that word flips up. But that's it. It's really just keyframes, and each one of these things is like a little keyframe. It just kind of moves around. So that's it. I mean, it takes a lot of time to kind of figure it out and make it look cool and experiment. But yeah, it was fun. I love making stuff like that. I spend way too much time making stuff like that. Don't save. But yeah, the Instagram thing, and it's funny because I saw the Instagram logo. Another artist, I think her name is Rachel Gray Art or something like that. I think she found the 3D thing or somehow made the 3D thing. I'm not sure if it was actually in 3D. I think she might have just found like a... Anyway, but I saw that Instagram and kind of like that squarish, roundish square bubble, and I just really liked it. So I was like, I want to make one of those in 3D. And I want to do something cool with it. But I love making stuff like that. Little graphic designy stuff. Miguel, I bought 3 year courses from Udemy, and now I have a Sculpting 3D printed. And yes. Yeah, painting is difficult. I do keys and when I was printing anything that I wanted to paint, I made sure I did keys and cuts. Trying to paint and like make it look professional for me, since I'm not a good painter, unless it was like pieces I can paint separately and then put together, it looked like crap. I had to learn. You kind of have to learn to airbrush, so you have to get into all that. It's so much. But I put away my printer for now, unfortunately. But the painting part is very, very difficult. Okay, let's get back into this rascal. So what texture do we want his body? Let's do it a little more solid. I like that. This one, I guess we should connect these two. So I'm going to connect these, Control J, I think, to join. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? This is connected, isn't it? Can I just drag it out? I honestly don't know. If I select both of them, can I Alt-P? Can I clear this? Now, those are the other eyes, but what happened to these? All right, let me go back. Try to figure this out. If I press Alt-P, clear and keep transformation. Oh, perfect. There we go. So now we have the eyelids and we have the body, and I can hit Control J and join them together because they're the same color. And okay, we'll just make this Tubbz. We'll just do red Tubbz. Okay, and this can be blue Tubbz. Tubbz because he's tubby. I had no idea about paintbrushes. All that's new to me. Yeah, 3D printing is a doozy, because it's like you just need so much. You need a space for it, which I didn't have. I was doing it in this room. It was terrible. A few times I have a loft bed, so I sleep above here. A few times I had prints going. Like I have prints going in the corner. My room is so small. Prints going all night. I'm sleeping in here with like the prints going, being like, oh, when I wake up, the print will be done. I don't think anyone prepares you for how terrible resin smells, and it's so unhealthy. So I had to stop. I had to put that to rest until I get a house, until I get a new space. I'm not gonna be able to do it. MH, I'd love to see you do a Blender workflow sculpt tutorial. I don't know if I would sculpt. Maybe make something in Blender. The only problem is people. I would have fun doing that, I think, but people would complain because I'm so inept in Blender, you know? So it's like people would complain. I probably would do it, but Blender is so tedious and not fun. I'd probably do it this way in stream form, because then I think it's a little more interesting maybe, but okay, so for the red, yeah, we'll bring that down to, I don't mind that. Oh, you know what? There's probably 2 different materials here, isn't there? Yeah, so let me take this and hit minus. That way both of the materials would be the same material. Nice. I don't know why I've been saying that. It's starting to bother me. I don't understand. Let's take emission and let's do, I kind of want to make these glow, but just a little bit. You know, I don't know why. I want them to have a little bit of a glow. There's something about a nice glow that I just love. Oh, you've been doing FDM? What the heck was that? FDM printing? I've never tried that, but I feel like that's its own can of worms with all those spools, and everyone's doing the whole like colored one where it's like you have all the different colors and stuff like that. That is beyond me. That is above my pay grade. I want to go specular. I want to turn the specular down on those eyelashes. I want them to be completely black. These can be glossy. We're just going to name this P1. For pupils, I should just name everything. Lashes. Okay, this can be, oh no, I meant the teeth. Teeth. And another thing, oh, this is the tongue. Even though I'm going to change this to a Blender Kit tongue, which I always do. Why is the screen so... Everything feels so much bigger. I must have messed something up somewhere along the lines. Knowing me. Let's make these shiny. Eye whites, even though they're yellows. We're going to call them eye whites. We'll make them shiny. We made P1 shiny. Teefies can be a little more shiny. This is actually still looking a bit shiny. Okay, just want to make sure it was... Okay. Now these are separate, so maybe I'll leave them separate for now. The horns... I don't know what I want to do with the horns. But I think that's okay. So the only thing I want to do is add some not subsurface, ambient occlusion, my favorite. So Shift A, ambient occlusion. Shift A, color ramp. Kind of makes it look like I know what I'm talking about in Blender, but only because these are the only nodes that I use all the time. Diffuse and mix shader. It took me so long to kind of figure out nodes and all that stuff. I mean, I still don't know them. It's like imagine going back, imagine having to learn algebra or something all over again. That's what it feels like. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. So I do that. This color goes into the FAC. So now I can adjust this a little bit. Nope, that doesn't help. Okay, so now I can adjust these, the color ramp, and it'll make him like darker or brighter. So I want to make it a little darker. Okay, that looks good. I could add some tint to it if I wanted to. I could bring this over, and then I could bring the color down to red. I think that looks pretty good. So we add some tint to it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, I don't even know if I copied it. Control V, I did, yes. Okay, so I'll go and mix this. And then I'll bring the color over to the factor. And I'll zoom in and adjust. There you go, you can see it. Like so. I'm going to add some diffuse so that it can be a little bit more blue. You know what, but I want this color to be a bit more on the green side. Okay. There we go. So this adds a little bit more. Oh, the legs though, that's heavy. That's too much. Bring that all the way up. We'll bring this down. Bring the color up. Okay, that works. Okay, so I didn't really do anything with the lights. I do like this light version. Let's take this. I do have, sorry, my bottom lip is like super dry. I want to take this color, so I have ambient occlusion on the ground, but I think I want to make it blue. So it kind of looks like the light is like bouncing off of him and hitting the ground. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Maybe I'll add some distance to it. Maybe less distance is actually better. Let's adjust this so it's not so... Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, and is that just one backdrop? I think it's two. Usually it's two. Okay, so I'm going to change the backdrop so it's a little more gray. And now I have to change, no, I changed the floor, but I need to change this too. So let's grab this color. This is the hex, Control C. Then I go here, and I'm going to change the same thing just so they match up. All right, let's see how, oh, let's go to the camera and just check out our depth of field. Make sure the eyes are in focus. Okay, it looks like everything's in focus, so now it's a matter of lights. If I turn all these lights off, it's still not that bright. See where I like the light best. Kind of like that. Maybe we should put a little bit of a spin on it. We'll change this to local so I can move the light. And also we can adjust the world lighting. Let's see if I put it dark. That's probably too dark. But that looks too light, you know? So we'll do 0.4, and maybe this light, maybe I'll add a little oomph to this light. Let's try 200. And also it's very warm. Let's try white. Actually, the warmness looks kind of nice. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and, oh, we need to zoom in a bit, I think. So let's go to the camera. I just had a brain fart. We'll zoom in a little bit. We'll move it down so he's in the middle. you know what? In these things, oh, let's see. Normally I plug the ambient occlusion into the color ramp and do a mix. Yeah, see, I don't know, like that might be much better than like what I'm doing. I think I just saw some tutorial and I've just been doing that ever since. But I don't know. I don't know what the best way is. I'm always so confused with them. Multiply into the shader. Multiply into the shader. Interesting. You are faking a color bleed with that tinted ambient occlusion. Oh, is that what that is? Is that what I did on the floor? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not too good with the lingo. I'm a real bum Blender user. But the things that as far as the things that I know, I just recently worked on this huge project that it's going to be coming out soon, where I did do some beginner stuff in Blender, like tutorials. So I'm excited about that. The little things that I do know, I kind of, once I understand something in Blender, I think I can explain it really well to people that don't understand. But the problem is it's hard for even myself to understand a lot of the things that go on in Blender. Or there's just like a million ways to do it, and each tutorial that you see is for an older version of Blender. That's kind of how it is. Or there's just like a paid thing that makes it 20 times easier. It's like, oh, you can do these 50 steps, or you can buy this add-on and do it in 2 steps. That's like the name of the game. So I think I might want to change this back to surface. What is it? Oh, principled. I think I want to change that back. And I think I want to keep that and then add the emission. Because when it's just an emission, I feel like it's too much. I kind of wish there was like the one thing that I have issues with is trying to make a light inside of another mesh. So it looks like there's a light coming within something that's like making it glow. You know, it usually is either it's glowing or it's not glowing. And I don't like that. Like, this is better of a glow to me. Because at least it's a little bit dark in the middle, so that's actually not bad. Alright, let's, if I go to compositing, I'm going to turn these nodes on in compositing as well. Let's save what we have, and let's render. Oh wait, did I check the camera? Did I check depth of field? It's at 2.0, that should be good. Let's see what it looks like. Emission. Oh, I love just like making stuff in Nomad and then just making Blender renders. I love it. I mean, I want to do other things. I want to use AccuRig. I want to try out AccuRig to see if I can that's what I meant to do with this. I meant to make like a simple character that I can rig. Why do the eyes look still so glossy? Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just me. I feel like they look a bit glossy. Is that it? Why do the eyes look blurry? Why does it look so Okay, let me see what's going on here. Because this looks like garbage. Wait, are these things shaded smooth? Okay, let me see what's going on here. How big is this? Okay. 300, okay. Don't need motion blur. Sometimes I just find that it's hard to get like real clean. Let me try doing it a little bit bigger. Maybe it's just the fact that, let's do this at 200 and see. I'll see what happens. Dave, do you use Tree? What's up? Dodge Segan. Barack. I don't know. I don't do Twitch. Maybe I should do Twitch, but yeah, I don't do Twitch. Mostly because like I have my YouTube like built up, and I did have some app where you could kind of do both at the same time, but I feel like it's probably just better to pick one. I don't know, but no, I don't do Twitch. I love the sculpt in Nomad because it made it simple. That's what I love about Nomad as well. Using just a few tools and blocking simple forms. Sometimes having too many tools is kind of productive. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes having like, I get very lost with Blender. I think the lighting is bad on this. It looks weird. Like it doesn't look why does it look so weird? Oh, maybe it's just because I'm just going so close. I think it probably looks fine. Okay, let me go into here, compositing, and turn these on. Why is the image so big? It doesn't make any sense. Why would the image be this huge? Tell me. I can't even see what I'm doing. All right, let's go to rendering and let's. Can I just open up another window and change this to compositor? Okay. Fog glow. I feel like I'm not seeing any difference in any of this. Let me make sure it's working. It is working. Bloom is just too bloomy. So we'll go back to fog glow, which is usually nice. Oh wait, let me make sure this is using, oh it is using GPU, okay. Why aren't these like glowing? I just want these to glow. They don't really look glowy. Not glowy enough for me. Let's see, what do I want to do? what I want to do, I'm so very critical of everything. Very extremely critical. So I'm trying to figure out why it bugs me. First, I think this needs some texture. And I'm terrible. I'm terrible at texture. And also, I don't like, maybe these do need to just be emit, because I don't like that you can see the light shining off of them. I don't like that. So let's go back to, let's click on those. Let's just change those real quick. We'll change the surface to emission, and we'll change this to something yellowy. Maybe that's better. Maybe we'll make it a little like so. I didn't add any I missed a few things with ambient occlusion, but I guess I'll survive. Let's take this. I really don't want any light bouncing off of it. Really? Let me add the roughness. Maybe I want to take the specular down. See if that helps at all. He needs like some sort of rim lighting or something. Let's see my other lights. Let's see what's going on here. It's kind of fun. But I think I just like regular. The world, what if I did something crazy? Sometimes I just like to experiment. Anyway, let me go back. Wasting precious time. I want to make sure I don't like it darker. Let's do another render where that's darker. Oh, also I need to make sure that I don't have, sometimes I'll have like the camera on but the eye off. It's the worst ever. Where's my little render? Oh, I still have it double. Oh, this looks terrible. I need to get rid of that. I wonder if it's, because I turned the lights, because I changed the lights, I guess it's changing the way that the ambient occlusion is affecting him. I cannot believe it's so late. What happened to Han? Where did Han go? I hope I didn't miss any messages. I think I like the darker version. I think it feels more like, I think I like the darker version. I think we'll stick. Oh, I'm still not seeing. Okay, we go to the render, and then we go here. Now, or maybe it's because of mix. I know we can get some more glow off of those things. Size, what if I make a bigger size? Okay, I see a little bit. Threshold. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring the threshold up. Wait. I'll put this high. I think we'll keep it on medium. I like this size. So my issue, what is this? What is this scale? I don't even know why I have that. And I don't know which is which. Okay, so definitely not the viewer. Definitely composite. Maybe I needed this scale? I don't know. Maybe the scale... Maybe I'm too hasty? What happens if I mess with the scale? I don't know. See, I knew it was garbage. Get out of here. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light down in the scene. I think that's what I need to do. So we'll take this light, turn it down. Oh, I don't even have multiple importance. I want to get that pop off the eyes, but I don't have multiple importance. Oh, and it's going to be really strong because of this. Let me go 180. Let me make that bigger. I think that's going to be a little bit better. So let me figure out. Oh yeah, I like that. We get some of this little pop here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's 200 now. Let's do one with this. Let's see how this actually. Let's make it 100. That looks too dark, right? Let's see what it looks like. Let me bring this back to the regular. Oh my god, I didn't even save any of them. That's okay. We'll just do 100. And let's just render this so we can see if the other thing is working. Still trying to, yeah, you and me both. Still trying to understand Blender for sure. Hey Dave. What's up, War? What's up, Angelo? Yeah, you can definitely start with Blender. Oh, that makes such a big difference. The light is much softer, being much further away. I think I want this to be less shiny, number one. And oh, why does it still look like... Sometimes you can get it really crisp, but I'm not sure, and I want these to have more of a glow. So let's figure that out. Let's go back to rendering. It looks okay, but let's turn the threshold. Oh, that makes the background too bright. Maybe we do need bloom instead. Maybe bloom is the way to go. And why I see metallic in that. Let's do the threshold up. Size, I think high makes it smaller. We'll stick with medium. I like that. Size. Oh yeah, we don't need it to be that big. I think that works. I really like that. Maybe I need to change this to emit as well. I think so. Let's go back to animation. And we'll take these. Because I don't like the light bouncing on. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Also, I wanted to see, if I zoom in, that is very clear. So I don't know why the render is not very clear. I gave up on Blender. I learned some of it, and then doing something that breaks it, Blender's not meant for me. I hear that. It takes a long time to understand it a little bit. It's just like, it's one of those things where you have to, it just takes so long. What helps me, and I will admit, like, my position is kind of unique because I can make tutorials, Also, how's the audio? Hopefully it's not too loud. It's a little bit in the red, but I think hopefully it's fine. I'm in the unique position to make tutorials and teach it because it just takes so long to get a handle of. So the things that I do understand, I wind up like repeating them and repeating them very slowly. It's like when I want to make a video that includes Blender, and I want to figure out a way. I always like to. I don't like watching Blender tutorials because usually they get so deep in the weeds, and they're all about getting the information out as fast as possible. Like, I get it. Like, I guess some people like want the information really fast, but it's too complicated. To me, it's just too complicated to do that because there's a million and one things that are happening and that are going to go wrong. Excuse me. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted to figure out the focus. The focus just feels like. All right, let me go 3. Let me bring it up. The focus is on the eyes. But let's do a test. So we'll go to camera, we'll turn depth of field off, and then we'll render it, and then we'll just see. If it still renders weird, then it's something else is the issue. It still looks like super pixelated. I know it can look more clear than that. Schism. It could just be because I'm zoomed in. But that looks good. I like the way that looks. I wish I could get a little bit more glow on the skin, but all in all, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do. Oh, here's another test. We'll do another test. Let's take the camera. Oh, what am I using? Is this, this is orthographic. If I bring it in really close, why don't I see a difference? I guess it's because it's orthographic. Oh, I keep forgetting that doesn't make a difference. All right, let's see if it's clear if I render it like this. Oh, baby, that looks clear. That looks clear as day. Nice. Most tutorials I find are long-winded. They're mostly talking about other things. Interesting. I feel like usually the ones I watch, they'll just talk about Blender, and I'm just lost. Well, then again, I found a few that I really enjoy. Like, I like Pixo3D, and I took his Skillshare class. That actually was very helpful. I like this, so I'm gonna save it. So Pixo3D and then Ryan King Art are like the only two. There's other random channels that I watch, but they're usually like bits and pieces. But those are the two people who, like, if I really want to learn something, like, I'll try to see if they have videos. Let's move this to download. Do I want to do downloads, or do I want to do light bright? We'll just do downloads. So this is Tubbz A. We'll save it. Okay, so it was just that it was far back. I get it. Wait, did that already save? Sometimes these things are tricky. You gotta be careful. Okay. So let's back up here. And the only thing I kind of want to do, I'm going to do it. I already added it. So we'll tap here, snap. Snap cursor to selected. Oh, it's going to be in the middle though, isn't it? Oh, that's okay. So Shift A, I want to add a light. And we'll do a point light. We'll do a point light, I guess. I'll move it up and over. It might make sense what I like to do sometimes, because you don't get enough out of the emission. You never get enough out of the emission, I think. So I change this to like the color ish, and I put the power to like 100. Might be too much. That might be too egregious. Maybe we'll do 50. And I'll do Control D and then X. Oh, that was a guess, but that was the right one. I'll put it over here. So then we have two of them. And I want to separate these two. Let me think. Let's go into edit mode. And I'll hit Alt Z so I can like select all of just one. And then I want to separate selection. Alt Z again to go back from like the see-through mode. Tab to go back into object mode, which is just regular. So now I can take these two. Oh, but you know what I should do? I should set origin to geometry. And then I want to take these two. Oh no, I have to parent them, don't I? Control P. Set parent to objects. Will it stay? Oh, I did it the wrong way. Hold on. I gotta take this and then this. Nope, this and then this. Control P. Now this swirl is the parent to this light. So wherever I move it, the light should go as well. So that's kind of like hierarchy. It's just parenting. It's good parenting. Set origin to geometry. I'm going to select this first and this second. So then I can Control P and object. So now they're together. Okay. You can see the light much more on this side, but I think that's normal. Yeah, this is like kind of too shiny for me. Too shiny, so let's... Oh, it looks like I have to edit it here, which is fine. Wait, let me make sure. Let me make sure there's only one. Okay, there's only one. A little bit more. Okay, I don't mind that. Okay, so let's just save what we have. And let's render. And then let's see. Is the pixelation not connected with the resolution of your preview window? It could be. It could be the resolution of your preview window. Could be. Taking all this on board. These wouldn't be nice if they had like striations in them. I think that might have looked a little bit better. I don't like how you know, maybe I'll just change them. Maybe I'll change them to something fun with Blender Kit. I love Blender Kit. Maybe like, now bone would be too much. Some sort of like, you know, I love my edgeware. I'm obsessed. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't have the eyeball. Why is this so big? I don't understand. What did I do to make this so huge? This usually doesn't look like that. Oh, of course I'm on the wrong thing. It looks like a hot dog. You look like a freaking hot dog. What are we doing? Planet are we from? Actually, yeah, I really don't mind that too much, to be honest. I don't mind that either, but too shiny. Maybe like some sort of wood might look kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. I would like to rotate the striations. I think I can do it. Scale UV. Let's see. Sometimes you can... I don't really see a coordinate thing. Is this the coordinate thing? Let's see. I can't really tell what that's doing. But it's definitely not rotating it how I want it to be rotated. So I think I can tap Control T. Oh man. Control T, location, rotation. It's not rotating. Okay, this ain't it. We'll put it back. I mean, it's decent, but it would have been nice if I could rotate it, but I don't know how to rotate it. I feel like I'm better at like thinking in Blender, kind of, but sometimes the execution is just, what's under here? What's going on down here? And it would be cool if there was like a lighter wood, maybe. There's lots of different kinds. Tons of different kinds. I feel like this is the color I was thinking. Ugh, it looks weird. What are we doing? Ooh. That looks so strange, but I kind of like it. I wonder if I can rotate this. Okay. It's like not rotating in the direction that I want. Maybe somebody knows how to do that. I'm afraid I need more free time to learn Blender, yes. I would agree. I'm the same, for sure. Even my Skillshare membership has expired. I'm just waiting until I can sit a little better. Yeah, that's understandable. I need more time with it too, for sure. And it's like I've been like spreading myself way too thin, so I kind of had to cut back at that because I was like losing myself. Learning ZBrush was a pain. I had to buy an on-the-go tablet for my PC. Been learning Nomad for almost a month. Well, yeah, I'm glad that my tutorials are helping. I've never tried. What's it called? I've never tried ZBrush. I've heard all bad things about it. All bad things about. I mean, I've seen some cool stuff, so I know that I know that you can make cool stuff, but like, it sounds like a very Blender, very Okay, so I'm giving up on this rotation. I kind of like this wood. I think it's interesting, but I think I'm giving up on that rotation. It's still a little bit. Let's see what this looks like. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that. can't really get the color I want. Maybe I don't know what color I want. I just want it like lighter. Something tells me to just keep it like this. I really like it, but what does it look like on the other side? It looks kind of crazy. Anyway, I apologize for my indecisiveness. It's actually, my indecisiveness when it comes to Blender is unmatched. Okay, that's close to like the color that I originally had it. So I think we'll go with that. Let me go back to 0. And it just makes it it just gives it a little more. I would like to do, and I'll be upset at myself if I don't try to do some texture. It'd be kind of cool to do some fur. Some fluffy fur. I could actually do that. I could do fur on this. I know I could. That's another video for another evening. Creativo. Thank you. Do you sell your 3D prints? I really want the little red devil horn character. Little red devil. I think that one was a Skillshare class, but the print, like I think the STL might be on my my Patreon. But let me know if it's not there. I can just put it on for like, I don't know, $2 or $3 or something like that. But it might already be on my Patreon. I'm not certain. But if I do, I put them there. Although Patreon is like, Patreon was one of those things that kind of pushed me over the edge as far as like overextending myself. But I definitely will be putting STLs on there. And I think I might have already put that STL on there. But if not, just let me know. Just leave me a comment somewhere. Or leave me a comment on YouTube. Because I'll recognize War 306 if you leave it on YouTube. Okay, so what was I doing? This is the last thing because I gotta go to bed. So I think it's Shift A. I know I need a noise texture. So I know I need that. I know I need a bump thingy. I know I need a color ramp somewhere, but I don't remember like really where to put it. So we'll just put it there for now. Let me just I don't think I'm going to use the I'm not going to use the UV editor. Let's add another random thing here, and let's just use. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? We should do it like this. Okay, let's close that. And let's change this to the shader editor. Okay, so this might be a little bit easier to see. Not really. Let me move these closer so I can figure them out. Okay, so I think the bump goes into the normal. Did it change anything? I don't think so. I think maybe the noise texture goes into the... Oh, maybe the color goes into the height? Let's see what happens if I put the color ramp in between. Oh, that's so weird. It's very weird. Okay, so what if I put the scale at like 300? Okay, we got bumps, but what is that? Let's see what this is doing. Okay. Not much. If I up the detail, what if I take the strength down? We still got bumps, but we still got, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like light or something. That's like weird. But maybe that's the light. I'm confused. Oh, I think maybe it's from this. The shadows from, that's what that is. Okay, so it looks decent. I mean, it looks bumpy, but looks a little crazy. So the distance, I think we need to make that more shallow. And the strength as well. Can bring that down. The detail, put that up all the way. The scale, I think bigger is smaller. I don't know, let's see. 500. Oh, that looks better. Let's fart around with this a little bit more. Oh, so that's like the scarcity of it. That looks okay. That looks decent. I don't know what the Locarina is. Hey, Locarina. I don't know what that is. Why can't they just name things so people understand what it is? I feel like it's not that difficult. You know, if you're like, we should just figure out how to make this user friendly. Let's change this to 250. Let's change this to 100. Oh, see, they're not like bumps. They're like weird. What happens if I take this away and I bring this to the height? What if I change the color to the height? Okay. What if I bring it to like the distance? Or the distance? Okay. And why isn't it just like a normal bump? Alright, let's go back to the color ramp. Like, why can't it just be like a regular bump? It's like such a weird shape. I see no Patreon link. Oh, I think it's just patreon.com/Drugfreedave. Yeah, that's what Blender is like. They're all about it. I feel like Blender was not made for this is my actual feeling is that Blender was made for something else, but it just happened to work for 3D. But I don't feel like the people were artists. Like, I feel like it was just like an engineering app for like not fun stuff, but it just happened to work. I just want them to be like round bumps. I do not know how to do that. Alright, what if I put this here and I do the color to the vector? Does that do anything? What if I do Control T here? Why is it adding the image texture? It usually doesn't do that. Vector to here. What about vector to vector? And if I add this here, nothing still. Distance, strength. Nothing. So it just took it away. Well, good to know. Normalize, what if I turn that off? Nothing still. Okay, so we'll just go back. So that's one thing that I have to learn. I just have to learn how to make just like a normal bumpy surface. Like this is like okay, but it's not really what I wanted. You know, like what if I do like 1,000? Can you even do that? Did it even make any difference? Oh, it did. I did want them smaller, so that works. And let's bring the strength down so there's just a little bit of texture. Okay, I think I'm happy. So the last thing, I know there's like always something else. Maybe a little bit of subsurface on this on this outer shell. So maybe we'll put this to like 100 and then do the scale. Okay, we'll save and render. I should have rendered it at like 200. The horns look kind of dumb. Oh, I have my little... Gonna print a small 6-inch. That's pretty big, actually. Which little devil guy did you mean? Because I wonder if it's the one that I printed. I wonder if it's this one. Let me make sure I have pants on. I don't know if you meant this little guy. Oh. After it's so long and it still smells in this box. Is this continuity camera? I think it is. There's this guy. Here's another one that I printed as well. Guy misprinting. This one's cool too. I like him. See, keys and cuts in there. Yep, that's good old Lucky. I have some other colors of him too. Keys and cuts. He's hollow. He's got little buns. It's so fun. Like, I love making little characters like that to print. The best. You do it forever. Oh, almost deceased on live TV. I hate this chair. Don't ever get a branch chair. They're not great. Okay, so let me finish this pudgy wrap up. So I like this. The only thing I don't like is these, but I'm not really sure what I want to do instead. But they just don't feel right. Oh, so the resolution on my screen, the resolution on my viewport, let me look into that, because maybe viewport, max samples, what if I do 500? And I didn't denoise either. If I go back to the render, does it look any different? Actually, this is, I don't know if that's the same thing. Maybe I just need to make this size bigger. Or maybe I just need to do more samples. Although I don't think that I don't think that has anything to do with it. Oh, and I didn't mess around with these too. Usually I like to. Oh, I think lately I've been doing dynamic. Where is dynamic? Or medium high, not dynamic, medium high contrast. See that? None, it's just like a little bit more bland, but then when you put like medium high contrast, it's just like that much better. So I like that. I'm gonna make this bigger. Let's go back to animation. Let's go to layout. Layout's my big window. Rendered. Let me just zoom in. He's clear here. Looks beautiful here. So okay, so the only thing is these, and we're just gonna choose something. Wait, how do I get it to come back out? Come back out. Materials. Maybe ceramic might have something interesting. Let's get rid of this. Clay. Ooh, I like that color. I like that. Again, it's a little annoying that the grain is like going down, but oh, let's try like a darker color. Let's try something crazy. Ooh. Of course, I always somehow get to the background. Always. That always happens to me. White marble. Pearl ceramic? That looks nuts. Nuts. Ooh, I do like this. Ooh, that's beautiful. I've always liked that one. We're going to stick to that. We're going to stick with this one. That's like weird looking but beautiful. I think that was the last thing that I had issues with. I'm going to put this to 200. And I think we have the color set correctly. And yeah, Lucky was a Skillshare. Lucky was a Skillshare class. So yeah, if you want to make a similar one, because you can make either Lucky, or you can make something similar, or you can make Lucky and then you can make one that looks like a little bit different, or like change the horns, or like something like that, change the teeth. That's the fun part about it. You can kind of just go crazy with it. We haven't even done the regular eyes. Okay, last but not least, that's what happens when I start getting excited and making cool images. It just like becomes like a drogas. Oh, let me go back to my good old animation. There's a way that you can get, a lot of 3D artists have that cool like glow coming from like like they have like a cool glow on like the side of the character. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Like along the edges, but like not on the floor. I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. Like it looks like this, but then it would not be on the floor. Oh, if I could bring it out of the frame and then angle it, but it's not really the right angle. You know, it's like not, it's just not correct. Oh, it kind of works when it's not. I'm trying to like cheat it so I can get it on the side. And also, I don't know if I want it blue. I just want it white. But it's way too bright. Maybe that adds a little something. I'm not sure. Nah. It adds a little, but I don't know if it's worth. I don't know if it's worth the squeeze. Isn't that the term? It's a little harsh. Let's see if I put this to 75. I just don't want it to really be on the floor. You know? That looks nice. Let's bring this down to like 50. And now let's see what it looks like without it. I can't turn off like my video, like not video, my like filming, like all that stuff in my brain. Like I can't turn it off. So I didn't do the light. Let me do this and then we'll just take a look and see what we think. Han, always a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing more of your 3D work. Han has become one of the premier Nomad sculptors, and I'm always continuously impressed with Han's work. We need a burger to blender class. Did you comment about the burger? Someone commented about the burger thing. There should be a burger class. Which would actually be really, really fun. And each lesson is just like the bun, the lettuce, the patty, the cheese, the onions. Oh, that's looking big, and it's still weird. Maybe it's just the blue and red together is a bit weird. Oh, schism. Maybe the blue and the red is just a little strange. Something about the way it's like sitting on it. I'm not exactly feeling like it's touching the red enough. Oh, I like that. I forgot what I put the light on this side. That's what I did. Oh, I like it. I'm going to save. This one can be B. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to close and save this. And I want to see what it looks like if we turn some lights off. Ooh, that's going to be beautiful. Okay, so we do need one light. So maybe this light around 100. But I probably should have done it a little bit brighter. Kisumi. Your Blender photo booth file in Gumroad has actually changed my life. My work looks so good now. Oh, that's so great to hear. That was me. Oh yeah, that was the burger thing. No, I'm so glad to hear that. I think that was that's one of the hardest things about Blender is like even the most like simple things like a setup. Like for me, I always use the same setup because otherwise you just have to like make a setup from scratch and it's like annoying. So that's why something like that I was like, let me just put my setup there, especially if people want to do my tutorials. Like it's just easier for me to just bring up the backdrop. It just makes it easier. But you can email me too. I'm not sure when you downloaded it. I might have an updated one, but if I do, you can just find my email and I'll send it to you. Oh, that looks good. Oh, this is too bright though. Oh, you know what else I did? I turned the so that's a little too bright now. So let me go ahead and turn this off. And also I want to put the camera back on because I think we realized it wasn't the camera. So I'll put depth of field back on. And I think that was it. I think that was all I needed to do. I think I want to make these lights a little warmer. And they also have no radius. Does that make a difference? Maybe I want to turn off multiple importance so that you're not seeing like a round thing. Well, you probably still see it, but I'm going crazy. I'm crashing out. What was I going to do? Oh, I wanted to change this maybe to be a little bit more so that the light seems a little bit more. Let me just grab this color and do the same with this light. Yeah. Maybe even this make a little bit warmer. Since he's like blue, I feel like the warm is kind of nice. 180, that's good. This can maybe be like 125. Just like a tad bit brighter. I'm going to do save incremental, so that'll save this newer version. So we can render this and just see how it looks. Oh my god, it's after 4. I don't mind though. I don't mind. Oh, 4 or 5 months ago. Okay, yeah. So that's. I don't think I really changed anything from then, because I feel like I had one that was like a year and a half ago or something. A long time ago. But I'm pretty sure that I still use the same file. Yeah, that looks better with this like nice. It looks better that it's like nice and blurry. Feels good. I feel like this is a very hard fall off. I wonder if the light is not. Oh, that looks great though. I love that. It's wonderful. It's got a little texture. These look nice and interesting. The glows looks nice and interesting. I love it. Image, save. So this is going to be C. So I'll save that. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, and I think I'm going to do a turntable. I'll try to do it quickly, since you guys are all with me. I'll try to do it quickly. Let's take this. He is in the middle, so I think I can probably just stretch it. It actually doesn't really need to be around him. This is just more of a, it feels right. Oh, but it's not like in the center. That's strange. Is it in the center? No, it's not. Feels like it is not. Okay, so let's take this and snap selection to cursor. So that should make it exactly in the middle. Yes, it has. Okay, so we'll leave that there. So this is an empty, so this is going to make it spin. So essentially I need to, let's just drag this in here. I need to take all of this and then select that last, parent it, and I'm going to keep transform. Wait, did the eye not go? Oh, that's because it's hidden. Okay, so now I already have a thingy. Oh, but it's just, I don't know if I want to do ease in, ease out. So I'm going to select these. I might be able to right click them and do interpolation mode and Bezier. Okay, that works. I didn't have to go to the graph editor. Okay, I like that. That's good enough. It's not super interesting, but I think it's cool. So do we like that, or do we just like the regular straight spin? Maybe the straight spin is more like carnival-y. Dr. Phil Green. I don't know what that is. I don't know who Dr. Phil Green M&M is. I think it's gumroad.com/drugfreedave. I think it's there. It's also on my Patreon as well. I think it's just patreon.com/drugfreedave. It's called Light Bright. You can probably just Google Drugfreedave or Dave Reed and Light Bright. Bright light, light bright. Okay, I like it. What was I gonna do? Oh, everything is connected. Oh, so let me just, I need to make the turntables. So let's just make sure that our settings are okay. So I need to make a path for it. So let's make the path. Oh no, not light bright. Where is the, oh, animation link. That's what it is. Too many folders, too many folders. Download, no, Blender project files. It's like somewhere close to here. Where is it? Oh, here is it. Animation link. Okay, so we're going to make a new folder. This is going to be Tubbz. turntable dark. We'll accept. We'll accept. Okay, so let's just check the speed. I think the speed is good. Okay, I think the speed is great. So what if we take these? What if we add some... what if we go to the first frame? Go to item. Let me set this to... I hate that it puts them to that stupid quadrian thing. Get out of my life. Okay, so let's go I. We'll press this one and press I. And then let's go to the end. But let's do one extra frame. Whoop, wrong button. So we'll do one extra frame, and then we'll make Z 360. Oh wait, is Z the right one? No, Z's not the right one. Not Z. Yes. Let's make this 360. Wait, which direction do we want this to go? $360. Okay, I. And then we'll go here, we'll do the same thing. We have this. We'll go to the last frame, one extra frame. And this might have to go minus 360. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, one is spinning. The other one is not. Oh, I know what I did. Boom, boom. Minus 360. I. I like it. Okay, I like it. Let's go into the graph editor. Make these Bezier. I like the slow ease. Okay, I gotta figure out the right way to... This is so hard to... Let's see, that's so strange. Okay, I need to figure out how to turn off certain ones. I only want Z, so let me turn these off. Yeah, I only want Z. No, this is still not what I'm trying, what I want. All I want is this one. I don't want them to be connected to any other ones. I think maybe I need to turn them off. No, but they're not even on. Easing type Ease in, ease out. Handle type. I don't know. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. I'm going to have to find the top. This is so stupid that it's so far away. Just this one. I think I just need to ease it out a bit more. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I guess I can't set these things to not be the same. I just want these to be linear. Let's see if they'll be the same if I make these linear. That's perfect. We'll keep it like that. So I'm going to save it, and I'm just going to export, and that'll be a good place to say good night for the evening. This is great. Let me go ahead and hit 0. 0. Let me go back here. Okay, I like everything. I'm happy. Make sure all the lights are on that are supposed to be on, and all the lights are off that are supposed to be off. Looks good. Everything looks good. 180 frames. Well, let's make sure this is to 180. It is. And then we'll just render our animation. And maybe tomorrow I'll have some of this edited. I have the beginning part edited, so maybe I'll edit the rest. Oh no, I gotta change it from 200. There's always something. There's always something. 200 is too big. $100 is fine. So we'll save and render animation. Okay, cool. All right. I love it. Ranjuju, yes, Blender by the end of the year. You have to just start. It's gonna be crappy, but you gotta just like start. You gotta just start. All right. Let's see. Appreciate you guys coming through. And no one wants to see my face. Let me see if I can put up. Let me see if I can just put up the image. I'm gonna find it. Oh, didn't I put it in downloads? Where is downloads? I think it's on the network, isn't it? Come on, I know you're there. Downloads. Yeah, we'll leave it here. Thanks for watching the stream. I think this is gonna be the not the title, what is it called? The thumbnail. This will probably be the thumbnail. We'll see. Unless I should do one of the darker ones for the thumbnail. Unless I should do that for the thumbnail. That's very beautiful. But we'll see. Anyway, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.